Hey guys, Social Warmonger here, and you're watching 3 vs 3 Kingdom of Heaven. This is an attackers versus defenders scenario. Getting right into it, the attackers spawn in the southeast. And in player 1, we've got Olivier Santal. He likes to be called Beefcake. I'll try my best to say Olivier Santal, though, for the sake of the viewers. He's playing as Franks. Player 2, we've got myself, Social Warmonger, playing as the Sicilians. Trying to move my spawn over here. My base over here. And then player 3 green, we've got Haider. We've got him playing as the Italians. Over on the defender's side, we've got Dominik in gray playing as the Persians. Spooky Pretzel, player 5 in orange as the Turks. And player 6, Chungledown Bim as the Saracen, player red. He's the red player. We've already got Dominik doing some scouting. He's spotted where I'm trying to set up camp, and it's getting sweaty here because he's starting to attack the villas already. Alright. He sees what we're trying to do. I think he might be coming back to try to finish a villa off or something. We'll see. If this is any indication of how things are going, people are playing sweaty, although I disagree with his use of the scout of being sacrificed. I feel like keeping your scout alive is more important to keep tabs as opposed to killing one vill. Because for the attackers, that vill is replaced pretty easily. The Haider and Olivier are setting up their camp, preparing to attack. Interesting that neither of them have spread out to this area, so we'll see how that goes. I am the most vulnerable to attacks, though, because I'm closest to this gate. And there's like unit production buildings over here. I'm already sending a battering ram rush, but I don't think Spooky Pretzel is really paying attention to this battering ram. He's more interested in doing a tent rush over here. Really sweaty move. Let's see how it goes. Freaked me out. And he's really going for it. Really trying to keep it alive. Age of Empires pathing not helping at all. So we got 2 rushes already. One on the defender side and another one on the attacker side. Because I'm already attacking this gate right here. That's the gate of Jehoshaphat. But Spooky Pretzel trying his best to take down this supply depot. Is it gonna go down? No, he killed all the repairing villagers. But I don't know if he has enough cavalry to take it down. Looks like he's not gonna be able to. That's the end of his rush, but we've still got Dominik sending another group of infantry to see what's going on. This gate just went down, though, so between the 2 rushes, my rush for the gate was more successful. In fact, I'm gonna make my way to the Gate of Darkness. Okay, a lot of infantry running around. Okay, anyway, the whole point of this game, and I think soon I will switch to in-game. But, yeah. A lot of action already. Like I said, I'm already trying to take this gate down. Not the usual thing to do. Haider and my cavalry going over here. Haider was AFK though, so he did leave this cavalry. I mean, they are very strong units though, so they are killing levy units. These levy units are very cheap. I thought about helping him, but I felt like I was attacking from the high ground, from the low ground into high ground. Here's another engagement from Dominik. So we got 2 engagements going on. And they finally took care of this battering ram that was working on the Gate of Forgiveness. Alright. So, there are 4 important points that the attackers are trying to take. And 2 of them are right here. The Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque. But there's even more raids going. So let's see if we can switch to in-game. All right. We've got more raids from Spooky Pretzel over here in the north. At the same time, Olivier Santal is building a little too close to the city. Dominik is taking it down with his own archers. Spooky Pretzel is coming in. Looks like he wants to kill some Vills, which is very annoying. Actually a very effective tactic. Really slows things down. Got 1 Vill already. More Vills going down. The AO2 pathing is insane. But Spooky Pretzel seems to be able to escape a lot of the time. Dominik is still taking down these tents. Here comes Spooky Pretzel with another attack. Looks like he's sending cavalry to take down just regular infantry. So the cavalry should win here. Just because of there's heavy cavalry mixed in. We got like big engagements over here as well from Chungledown Bim. Not sure what the move is here though. The cavalry here was winning, but now there's reinforcements from Haider. So he saved his 3 gold units, which is the right thing to do as a defender. You want to keep your cavalry alive, for sure. Now it's 8 PM, so you can see the mood is changing. So, all of a sudden, this is all Dominik can see. So that's how nighttime works. 1 hour in the game is equal to 1 minute in real life. So, nighttime is from 9 PM to 5 AM. So it's basically 8 minutes long. Now you notice that these guys, archers, are firing constantly. So ranged units are different in this game. All ranged units have the attack ground capability. Nearly every ranged unit except 2 have minimum range. Oh my god, here comes Spooky Pretzel with another raid. So from the point of view of Spooky Pretzel, this is what he sees. I mean, he's got pretty fast units. He's killing some elite units, actually. Why is he just running away? Beefcake is running his units, so he should have just stood and fight. He can't really escape that. Spooky Pretzel constantly doing some raiding. Night raids. It's kind of everywhere at once. I mean, that's the thing to do, because as the Turks, Spooky Pretzel cannot make infantry, and cavalry is expensive, so he has to pick and choose his fights. I mean, this is a juicy target right here. Remember what I was talking about, range units have minimum range. That would have been a juicy target. From the point of view of Beefcake, this is what he sees, so it's hard to see where Spooky Pretzel is going to be at nighttime, because all vision is reduced significantly. So that's the kind of the advantage of raiding at night. And here comes Spooky Pretzel once again. He was lucky enough to find some siege towers under construction. I'm not even sure that Haider's going to cancel this. I think it's going to be destroyed, literally. And yeah, it is destroyed. Here's another siege tower under attack. There are pikemen working on these guys, though, but I think he really wants the siege tower to go down. Almost go down. There it is. There it is. Siege tower goes down. Haider. Lost them. See, can't see it. Don't know where they're gonna be. So nighttime is like amazing time to raid, and you have to be extra careful. You have to ask for help if you are if you're all alone and you're under attack. You need to ask for help from your allies. So like I said, the point of the game is to fight over control of important points. So this is the Dome of the Rock. This is Al-Aqsa Mosque. The other important points are Church of the Holy Sepulchre and the Tower of David. So what do I mean by fight for points? Well, if you have 15 men in a capture zone, which is represented by flags, so this is one example. So this is a box. You have 15 men in that capture zone, within the flag zone, then you will be able to capture it, as long as there's no enemy units also in the capture zone with you. Every time you capture something, that will affect morale. So, for example, like this is 2 morale. You can see though right here. So if the attackers capture this, the defenders morale will be damaged by 2%. The whole point of the game is to bring the defenders down to 0% if you're attackers, or last 45 minutes if you're the defenders. So, right here. Chungledown Bim, just running around trying to scout. Can't really see what's going on. I think he's gonna die. Oh, he's running around. Doing some light scouting. I think he's gonna die. Ooh, he's being very careful. He's gotta be careful. What's he running to? I'm just very curious how long this guy's gonna last. Ooh, he can actually start wailing at these guys. Start fighting. Instead, he is... I don't know what he's doing. Ooh! Risky, risky, risky. And there he goes. Meanwhile, we got Spooky Pretzel with another raid down over here. He's actually taking a fight over here. So, like, he drew my cavalry out up in the north, probably to keep my cavalry far away from the battle. I pull back and he gets some free hits on me. And what I was thinking was I was gonna regroup with my own other cavalry, and I finally fight back. There it is. Meanwhile, Spooky Pretzel is trying to do some distraction here, some distraction raiding. And Haider is sending some men here. I'm not sure if this is accidental, though. Could be accidental. Spooky Pretzel starting to... Looks like he's just trying to scare Haider into pulling back. He got a little group of infantry, too, in Dominik, because you can really sneak things around as Dominik. So, like, this... We're not aware of what's going on here. See, there's a... Now he went in spread formation, so let's see how that goes. A little bit of an engagement just outside the Golden Gate. Spooky Pretzel still freaking Haider out. But now he's gonna pull back. Getting some free hits though. Now I do make an attack on the Gate of Jehoshaphat as myself. Such a warmonger. It's 3 a.m. so it's about 2 minutes to sunrise. And like I said, I pushed all the enemy units out of this, and so I captured this. So these towers are now allied towers. They will shoot at the defenders instead of the attackers. Spooky Pretzel still running around, still causing havoc at nighttime. Running out of time though, because it's almost daytime, and then that's when it's a little harder to do some raids. He's just running through the gauntlet, losing a lot of cavalry, but making it out. I don't understand how he keeps doing that. And now the defenders are trying to take back the Gate of Jehoshaphat, so they got a big engagement here. Haider sending some siege towers over here in the south, trying to capture a few things, but this is the big battle right here. A lot going on. I do engage with my heavy and medium cavalry, but my archers and crossbowmen are going to get killed by these levy cheap units if they don't pull back. And now it is daytime. Now everybody can see their allies. Spooky Pretzel coming with his cavalry reinforcements. Haider has captured the Possum of the Tanners in the south. Meanwhile, I do have a group of men running around and capturing these towers. But the defenders take back the Gate of Jehoshaphat area. And I am forced to pull back all my forces. Spooky Pretzel finally... Haider is finally able to capture the corner tower. But Spooky Pretzel comes just in time to try to take down these siege towers, so no reinforcements, no further reinforcements come in. Also, once again, the minimum range archers are here, and they're going to start getting cut down. Unless Haider pulls them back. He's able to take down siege towers, so it's annoying having to rebuild these because it does take a while. And they're fairly expensive in wood and gold. So all these archers have died, the siege towers are gone. I needed to pull back, and then I'm still fighting over here. Piecemeal. Spooky Pretzel is now trying to continue. His cavalry are gonna get stuck. Can they escape again? He's really a fan of cutting it close, but he is able to escape. And the defenders are starting to push up. They have a little bit of a momentum going on. Meanwhile, my group of infantry was able to capture a bunch of these points. And Spooky Pretzel's doing his best to try to harass us. Stop us. What I probably should have done, I probably just should have held here and have a high ground advantage battle here. But Spooky Pretzel does recapture the Possum of the Tanners over here. But Haider is able to capture this southern gate, the Zion Gate. But instead of holding it, he sends his men outside to fight this cavalry. So now, unless he keeps men in this capture zone, the defenders are going to take it back. Everybody getting a little sweaty here. You even have a group of cavalry archers in the city, causing some havoc. Dominik sending reinforcements to shore up the defenses over here. Meanwhile, we are at a sort of I'm getting the morale back. I'm getting the ground back over here in the north. Also, Dominik trying his best. I should have kept my men inside because now he's going to recapture this. And there it is. They also recaptured this southern Zion Gate. So now, unless this group of cavalry captures like a gate, they are trapped inside the city. Okay, finally able to overwhelm these sallying defenders. Meanwhile, Olivier Santal just setting up his siege camp. My advice would be to surround trebuchets completely with gates and palisade walls to make sure nobody kills them. I do have elite units mixed in, so these are Norman Knights. They are armor piercing, which are more useful against enemy elite units, but do a fairly decent job at killing levy units. You got more of a battle going on here. These trapped cavalry archers thinking of what they can do. And finally recapture the Gate of Jehoshaphat area. And now I'm gonna attack this cavalry again. My group of units is still here. I might have told them to attack in this area. Spooky Pretzel deciding it is worth holding off my forces and commits his forces into defending this area. Even with Cav, even with the spearmen in the mix. He wishes to overwhelm, which forces me back because I want to regroup and defend the Gate of Jehoshaphat because these are my allied towers. And there is a standoff right here, which is interesting. We need like a battering ram or something, or siege towers to hop all these units over. Meanwhile, I got my own cavalry trying to protect this, but they cleared it out. And we got a big battle over here. The defenders do not have a chance of recapturing this right now, but they are trying to slow me down, so they commit even more men. These guys are still stuck. I had some stone miners trying to mine enemy stone. Spooky Pretzel is just retaking a bunch of these points. Let's see if I can hold on to them. Oh no, he's going straight for these corner towers. But here I am with my own heavy cav coming in. Spooky Pretzel trying to hold me off with cheap light cavalry. With the archer support from Dominik. These guys are still stuck outside the walls. Okay, my units are now trying to see what if I can capture the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. I see this group of units. And I turn right back around. I don't think I can capture it. That's what I'm thinking. So I think, well, maybe with the support of the infantry I can. So I send my men over there. Haider finally has some siege towers. A siege tower to try to hop his units over. There it is. Now he can start going. Meanwhile, my units are being dogged by light cav, but I do want them to attack. Now I do fight back. Haider's finally hopping over to try to retake the Zion Gate because he's annoyed that he's not inside the city. Now he's fighting for it. This is an intense battle. Units being hopped over constantly. If you look at the resources, Olivier Santel has to be doing something, but he is not. In fact, I have to pull back. My units are right here. I should have told them to attack. Guess I must have been distracted by something. And there they go. Haider finally takes the gate again, and now he can flood in easily. These are all levy units, though. Actually, there's a few sergeants mixed in, which is good. He needs that. I did take down the outer gate. And it's only the inner golden gate left. Because I did start making trebuchets to take these down. Here comes Chungledown Bim trying to make a sally to maybe attack these trebuchets. What Olivier Santal needs to do is to protect them, completely surround them with gates and palisade walls. But Spooky Pretzel does take this back because I don't have any more men. I am broke. I am at 116 out of 250 pop. And I just need to muster. Because I'm not getting anywhere. But here comes the Syrian exchange. Looks like there might be something protecting it. It's the general. Alright. Spooky Pretzel's general, all alone. But I have a feeling he's going to be able to kill a lot. Dominik making another sally for some reason. Olivier Santal working on the Bastion of Al-Aqsa. But here comes Haider working on capturing the Church of Holy Sepulchre. This could be a good move. If he could hold on to that, that's one of the more important points I was talking about. So it means it's minus 15% morale instantly, and then a slow morale bleed every few seconds. At this point, I think it's 30 seconds. Every 30 real life seconds. There you can see it right there, defenders. So now their morale is slowly going to go down. So you get a 71, now 70. And now he's trying to capture even more points. You got another group of cavalry from Spooky Pretzel. Syrian Exchange was captured as well. That's minus 10% morale. And it is one of the points that defenders need to get resources. So now their income is much slower. It's about 1/3 slower. Because there's only 3 resource points that the defenders have, and this is one of them. So 1/3 of their income is down. And here comes Spooky Pretzel. He smells blood. Let's see what he can see. Let's look at it from the point of Olivier Santal. He sees the cavalry. What's he gonna do about it? Left is trebuchets unprotected, and archers as well. That's 1 trebuchet. 2 trebuchet. 3 trebuchets. 4 trebuchets. 5 trebuchets go down. And that is why I kept emphasizing that they need to protect your important things. Not just your tents, but trebuchets as well. Meanwhile, they also took back the Church of Holy Sepulchre, which actually restores defender morale by 15%. And they even took back the Syrian Exchange. Here comes a group. So there's a lot of street fighting in this game as well. Now, Olivier Santal has to rebuild, unfortunately. Haider just doesn't have enough, like, higher tier units. So you need to make gold units. Not just the cheap units. You need food only, or food and wood units. You need to make gold units to make a difference in certain battles. As can be seen here, there's some Mamluks mixed in, or Karanis, which is why it's working. And here comes more reinforcements. I don't think the Syrian Exchange is gonna fall. The inner Golden Gate was destroyed by trebuchets though, so now there is free reign to come in through here, or maybe make a play for the Dome of the Rock. Let's see if Olivier Santal can protect his trebuchets again. He's taking a long time trying to take down this Bashan of Al-Aqsa. We haven't really seen him do all that much fighting, to be honest. It's been all me and Haider going inside the city and trying to cause some havoc. And it's evident because the morale is pretty even. Both in the 70s. Mid to high 70s. Thankfully, Haider is protecting his gate over here. Just making sure. Got another potential raid from Spooky Pretzel. Always. The thing is, as the Turk player, you can't make infantry, so this is really what you're supposed to do. So Spooky Pretzel is playing as the Turks correctly. I'm working on this gate, the Gate of Forgiveness. Okay. Alright. Now they're trying to take this Zion gate back, but there are a lot of levy units in here. Haider is not using his gold as much, and that's probably why he's losing so many engagements. He's just using pure food. Should be using his 4,000 gold. Instead, he's relying on levy units for some reason. Spooky Pretzel did a little raid and killed a tent here, which was annoying. Now he's pulling back. I think he really is doing a good job trying to keep my cavalry in the fight and not inside the city causing chaos. Chungledown Bim thinking of making another attack. It's getting close to nighttime though. And here's Spooky Pretzel trying to fight for the gate. Because he knows, well, if there's mostly swordsmen here without any spearmen, then I do have a chance. And he's correct. These Turkomans and this light cavalry has a pretty good chance of killing all of these swordsmen without spear support. It did take the Gate of Forgiveness down, so now there's a clear path inside the dome. It's nighttime and I'm taking this engagement, trying to not let Spooky Pretzel in. But now it's nighttime, most dangerous time. I don't know what Olivier Santal is doing though. Why is he sending infantry here? This is a suicide mission. Yes. See? He has to pull back. It's not very smart to do that. Here comes Spooky Pretzel, killing more tents. Super annoying. This is a little too close for comfort. I do capture the Gate of Jehoshaphat back. But now here comes the main attack into the Temple Mount. So siege towers are very useful to making more space instead of fighting in a choke point. This is what we see. This is what Chungledown Bim sees. They don't even see that there's siege towers hopping units over. But this is the main attack. It is 10 in the evening. Nobody knows where anything is. I even sent some cavalry for flanking. At the same time, we have, like, the defenders locked the enemies out of the Zion Gate because they recaptured them. So all of that heavy cavalry that could have been inside the city is now stuck outside the Zion Gate, and heavy cavalry are not very fast. So that was a clutch moment for Spooky Pretzel and Dominik to recapture the Zion Gate. Also, these archers are making work. They are doing work. Even though there's a chance they can hit their own units, they're doing a really good job. It's getting really hard. I am trying to shut down enemy reinforcements from coming in, so I'm capturing these gates. You can see that's what I'm doing. Because then I lock the enemy out, but then they can see what's happening and they react appropriately. And I'm forced to move back. The south is still fighting with these siege towers, but since there's not enough good infantry, it's not going to work. And so all of this cavalry that could have been helping in the battle is stuck outside. And now I'm losing momentum here. We do capture the Golden Gate, though. So these towers are on our side, on the attacker's side. And at nighttime, like, you really can't see. So this is what Dominik sees. Oh, thankfully he has a general there, which is providing a lot of vision. And now we have a big rush of reinforcements from Olivier Santal. If he can get his cavalry inside, that'll be really good. But here comes Spooky Pretzel with an annoying attack. As a distraction attack, and here I come trying to fight back. So that attack's not going to work out. And I do fight here with my own cavalry. I think this might be where I lose my cavalry, because I was distracted by my base, by the units inside my base. So that was a very good move from Spooky Pretzel to distract me. I pull back. Gray lost his general, though. And the southern front has been secured, which means that the defenders can focus all of their attention and resources into protecting the Dome of the Rock. There's only 9 minutes left. This is pretty much it. If this attack fails, are not going to work, and I do lose all of my cavalry trying to hold this point. And somehow, Olivier Santal is able to send all of his heavy cavalry into this point as well. Al-Aqsa, he probably should have helped over here and then attacked here. But if he doesn't leave, all of his cavalry are going to get slaughtered. Thankfully, the Bastion of Al-Aqsa just got destroyed, which, if he can pay attention, and he does, leaves an escape route for his heavy, expensive cavalry, which he won't be able to replace in 8 minutes. So yes, he does pull back. And we do have men inside the Dome of the Rock. We are forced to concentrate our forces to fight over here. Now, if one of these players, either Haider or Olivier Santal, can send cavalry, there's not too many units over here protecting all of these other points. That might be a good move. Now it's just fighting over the Dome of the Rock. Remember, 15 units are all you need to capture it, but there can't be any enemy units, and look how many defenders there are within this giant square. This is one of the more difficult points to capture, just because of how large it is. And this, of course, because it's so easy to choke up. Spooky Pretzel tried to capture this, failed, but then pulled out, which is drawing a lot of the heavy cavalry outside of the city instead of fighting inside. And he's attacking these trebuchets. So instead of fighting here to capture the point, they're fighting here to protect the trebuchets. Which honestly are not super important right now. But that gave time for the momentum to switch. To shift once again in the defender's favor. These are all pike units fighting cavalry, so let's see how this goes. Fortunately, these are heavy cabs, so... Oh, but they are pulling back. They're just fighting all over the points. It's fighting everywhere. Dawn's approaching, so like... This is what Dom sees. Okay, Haider is moving to start capturing smaller points, which is a good move. There's still a lot of infantry fighting here. They're just kind of everywhere. Desperate to capture at least one of these points to start shifting the momentum. And Haider is starting to run around the city to capturing the smaller points. Olivier Santal is running into the city to maybe capture the big points like the Syrian Exchange or the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. And dawn is coming. The sun is rising. There's only 6 minutes left in the game. And from this point where Dominik can only see his own units, suddenly the sun has risen and he can see it all. And you see all these units. Olivier Santal found an opening. He captured the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. If he can hold here, if Haider can actually go inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and hold it as well. Instead, Olivier Santal is sending his men to capture the Syrian Exchange. A good move, but he should run back because this is a more important point, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Because this is the kind of point that will lower morale slowly over time. Meanwhile, Haider is capturing the smaller points. Still fierce fighting here at the Dome. Over on this side, we got a nice little spear battle going. Fight over the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Dominik was able to take this back without a fight. So Olivier should actually just run back and fight. Just go in here and fight it. Because the tanker's tower was taken. Haider is capturing points everywhere. And they should both actually take this point, which will force the defenders to split their attention. They're fighting fiercely. This is one of the hardest points to take just because of all of the production facilities right here. This dome of the rock is not falling. We missed it, but Spooky Pretzel was actually able to take down my own supply wagon and the elite tent. So that even slows me down even more. So you can see my food is going down. Olivier Santal, instead of just trying to kill this, which might have worked, is running around. And Haider is also trying to capture other points as well. Just trying to distract the enemy. Only 3 minutes left. They have been able to fight off the enemies from the Al-Aqsa Mosque. It's not looking good for the attackers. Desperately trying to kick them out of this square. Only 3 minutes left. There's still plenty of defenders at the point. And I am already starving for food, which means my morale is slowly going down. Because when you don't have a supply depot... Oh, thankfully I deployed my supply depot, so now it's going up again. But if you don't have a supply depot, your food goes down slowly over time. 1 tick equals -1 food. And once you're at 0%, then you start losing morale. For your whole team. Now the Syrian exchange has been captured again by Olivier Santal. And every time Haider captures a small point, Spooky Pretzel is right behind him with a group of small group of light cav to take it back. There's only 2 minutes left. So now finally Haider takes the fight. You can easily kill these very cheap Turkomen. That's what's happening right there. Actually, if he ran inside here, he might have taken the point right here. The Syrian exchange. I mean the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Only 2 minutes left. Oh. Haider. Olivier Santal trapped. He's fighting over the Syrian exchange. Not as important of a point. I really think Haider should have sent his men right here. Obviously, this would have been the best. Now this huge group of heavy cavalry fighting for a not so important point. There's only 50 ticks left. The writing is on the wall. Oh, if they can capture this point. Oh my god, there are no units in here. What's happening? Wow. That would have been -15 right off the bat. And like I said, if we held on to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, that might have like taken down maybe 5 or 6 morale, and it would have been really close. Maybe even 1. Okay, that was a sweaty game. Sweaty, sweaty, sweaty. Things I'm going to mention. On the side of attackers, if you're going to make a raid, fight for the important points, like the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. If you're going to run around, that's good. If you are running around and you notice you're being chased by weaker units, just take the fight. So that's what Haider could have done with so that we can hold on to like the gates, the other little points over here. And of course, Olivier Santal should have protected his trebuchets. That would have taken this earlier, and then he could have pushed with his resources earlier. Also, he should be using his resources, because we could have had the defenders focused on 3 fronts instead of just 2. So Olivier needs to be a little more aggressive in his attack. On the defender's side, everybody did well. I don't think there was a single person that did a pretty much like a wrong thing. I think they did really well. They took back the points that were being recaptured. they distracted forces and pulled them away from where they needed to be. For example, Spooky Pretzel dragged my heavy cavalry up in this direction and like distracted me over here by raiding me. It was generally everywhere all at once. Yeah, that was a pretty sweaty game. Whew. I don't think you guys realize how close that could have been, because if we held on to this sepulcher for a few minutes and like killed his units and then held on to these points, that's minus 15% morale for any of these points. So that really would have worked. Yeah, Haider could have sent his heavy cab here to support this attack. Then they would have lost all the production buildings right here. This is a super important point. A huge hit if you lose it as a defender, but you know, that's why you have to hold on to it. I mean, they were starving. If you look at these resources, hardly any food at all. Because we kept raiding their Syrian exchange, so we kept taking out 1/3 of the food. Because 1/3 of your food is here at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, food and gold. 1/3 of your food and gold is here at the Syrian exchange, and 1/3 of your food and gold is here at the Tower of David. So we kept cutting off their food over here by capturing this again and again. If we were able to capture this, that would have been food production, morale damage, and unit production buildings. Their strongest units come from these stables. That would have been a huge deal. Oh, good job on the defenders. Let's take a look at the stats. Dominik with the hero units killed stat of 1,148. Me in second place with 1,040. I really believe that this 1,148 is from range units though. Because Dominik posted a lot of range units right here and right here. And over time, they can just kill a lot. Because they're just like long range, inaccurate, kills your own men if they hit your own men, but still, like, it's mostly enemies, and then they're going to be attacking that direction. So very good on Dominik for getting a very high kill-death ratio. Very good on the defenders for protecting the Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque so fiercely. And taking this back every time. I think twice. Very quickly. Didn't give it enough time to let it cook and let it stew and defender morale to go down slowly. It's a good game. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.